Hey, it's Dr. Karin. Guilt, it's one of the most destructive emotions that you can experience. It slowly destroys you from the inside out, and it serves little to no purpose other than to make you feel really bad. In today's video, I want to share with you a really powerful, simple trick. It's actually just one word you can use to move from guilt to a place of power and potential. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's go. Okay, let's talk energy. The reason why we got to talk about energy first when we talk about guilt is because you've been taught to do something all wrong, and that is to hold guilt in your energy body. You were born here on this planet as a beautiful spiritual being of light. And do you know the resonance that you came here with did not have the ability to hold the vibration of guilt. The vibration of guilt, according to the scale of consciousness, is the lowest vibrational point besides shame, which is right under guilt, which guilt can induce, is the lowest point of consciousness for the human body to hold. And your spirit was not put on this planet. You didn't choose to come on this planet to experience guilt. So I'm here to talk to you about why we want to shift this. And it's because when you're holding a resonance of guilt, again, lowest vibrational state of consciousness, it's lower than fear, it's lower than anger, it's lower than depression. Guilt and shame hold you at such a condensed space that you cannot find feelings of joy, of happiness, of love. And not only can you not find the feelings of those things when you're holding guilt in your body, but your energetic field around you is always dictated by your emotions and the way that you feel about yourself and the world. So if you're feeling guilty about life, about things you've done in the past, you are always resonating at a very low level of consciousness. And the universe is always conspiring to prove you right. So what it's responding to is the way that you feel. And whatever you're feeling, the universe thinks you want more of it. Even if you say you don't want it anymore, the more that you feel it and enhance it and embrace it and embody it by pulling it up, pulling the past back, thinking about that thing that you regret, ruminating it over it, analyzing it, feeling guilt, letting it run through your body. I know you're exhausted doing that. The more you're doing that, the more you're expanding this. You're not expanding, you're contracting your vibration by expanding this low vibrational point of consciousness. Your effort here as a spiritual being, as you're evolving and growing, and you're watching my channel, so I know you want to grow, is to find yourself back up at the vibration of love and of joy and of peace and of feeling moments of enlightenment where you feel one with the planet. Guilt can't reside there. When you're feeling feelings of love, think about it. When you're looking in the eyes of someone that you love, or looking at your dog or your child or anything that you really love, the feeling of guilt cannot penetrate you because the feeling of guilt cannot reside at that vibration. So wherever you are at any point of consciousness, any point of emotion, you have a vibrational countenance, which is there's a number by it. So guilt and shame are vibrating at about a 30 and a 20 on the scale of consciousness, almost at a 0, which by the way is death. And when you are feeling that sense of enlightenment, like when you have that moment where you feel nothing but love and peace and joy, you're vibrating at a 500. Okay? And in that state of joy and love, you're so expanded that you can do nothing more than attract and experience bliss, loving things, loving people, wonderful opportunities that match you. Because again, your emotions are creating an electromagnetic field off of you. So it is up to you, now that you know this, to correct that in you and to start practicing. I'm going to give you a practice to start practicing things that emanate off of you, the glow that you wish to also attract back into your life. Because we don't want you to glow with guilt and shame. We don't want you to keep attracting things that prove you right. Because when you are emanating that, you're going to continue to attract people that make you feel guilty. You're going to continue to have experiences where you feel ashamed, and it's just going to recycle and recycle because you are always creating your reality with the thoughts and beliefs that are inside of you. So I'm going to give you one really simple technique that is going to shift that guilt in a moment, and it's going to be something that you do all the time, and you're going to be shocked at how much you do it, and you're going to be shocked at what a difference it makes when you do this really simple word swap. So here goes. So we're going to talk about something that you do on a daily basis, and that is shoulding all over yourself. Yeah, I said it. What I mean by shoulding all over yourselves is when you're using the word should and should not consistently. Another word that sounds a lot like should and should not is the word need. I really need to. I really should be doing this. I really shouldn't have done that. I really should be better at this. When you're doing that and you're using the word should and shoulding all over yourself all day long, because that's what we've been taught to do, because we watched our mothers and our fathers do it, we watched our teachers do it. This kind of thought process was imprinted into us through our, everyone that we hung around growing up. We just became used to hearing people say it about themselves. So you adopted it as a narrative. It's really normalized and natural for you to do. And, when you're doing that, now it's happening to your vibration. As we're rising in vibration right now, as you are growing and evolving, we no longer want you to hold the countenance of that vibration. We want you to get in the way of all of the shoulding and bring your vibration up and bring you out of a place of guilt and into a place of power, right? First of all, I want you to pay attention on a daily basis as you're becoming more conscious and raising in consciousness. Become more conscious of what you're thinking, what you're saying to yourself in your head, which is the biggest place where this happens, and what you're saying out loud to your kids, to your coworkers, to your friends, okay, to your spouse. You're using the word should and should not a lot because you've been taught to use it. Start paying attention to that. The word swap I want you to use, instead of using the word should and need, is using the word want instead, okay? Let me act this out for you. So let's say that one of the things that you want to do is lose weight, okay? Let's pick that one. That's a pretty typical one. So what you end up doing on a daily basis is, God, I really shouldn't have eaten that. God, I really should lose so much weight. I really need to go to the gym. I really need to learn how to get on a better exercise routine. God, I shouldn't have laid in bed all day, right? We beat ourselves up within our own heads, and then we repeat it to other people. We repeat it to our kids. We repeat it to our spouses. We shame ourselves. Again, every time you're doing that and using the word should and need to, you are guilting yourself. You're saying that you're not good enough, that what you did or what you didn't do wasn't worthwhile, okay? And every time you do it to somebody else, by the way, you're dropping yourself down to a lowest vibration that you can have. We want to get you over that. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Instead, okay, I'm gonna start being really aware of how much I use these words, and I'm gonna replace them with the word want. So let's practice that. I really want to lose more weight. There's no judgment in that. Instead, you're setting an intention and you're declaring something that you desire, which takes you from a place of guilt to a place of power. The other thing that using the word want does is it gives you a chance to do a self-check-in. What I want you to pay attention to on a daily basis is you aligning with things that you really do desire. This is another piece of self-empowerment, of soul evolution, of self-growth. Saying yes to things, hell yes to the things that are a hell yes, and a hell no to the things that are a hell no. And the way that you can check in with your body and see, is this a hell yes or a hell no for me, is by simply saying out loud, I really want that thing, and your body will tell you right here the answer as soon as you say it. So say this with me. I really want to lose weight. If you do, it'll feel right to you. If you don't, immediately your body will go, nah. Okay. I really want to start an exercise routine. If you want to, again, your body will be like, yeah, I actually really do. That would feel really good. If you really don't want to, your body's going to go, no, I don't. No judgment. Maybe you don't want an exercise routine. Maybe you'd rather just walk more throughout your day and do yoga. You may not consider that exercise, even though it is, or maybe you just want to be more active in your day. So maybe you say that, I really want to be more active. Does that feel good? Your body will tell you immediately if it is something that you desire. Now, let's say you're somebody like me who hates running. I don't mind running, but I don't like running long distances. I don't like doing a ton of cardio. Like, I'm never going to do a triathlon. If you are, you're a god to me. I think that's awesome. I admire my friends who do triathlons, but I'm not about to shame myself. 20 years ago I would have, but I'm not going to shame myself because I don't want to do it. I'm more of a yoga, Pilates, weights, and walking kind of girl, right? Those resonate with me. So right now, say it with me, and you'll know this if this is your truth. I really want to do a triathlon. Literally, I almost just threw up. My body is like, no, you don't. Who the hell are you? No, my body immediately, literally rejected that with like a nauseous feeling. If you really want to do a triathlon and you say, instead of I should do a triathlon because you feel like you need to do what your best friend is doing and you're shaming yourself, if you say you want to and you really want to because you're going to feel really Wonder Woman powerful by doing it, or Superman powerful, your body will be like, yeah, like we can train for that. That would be a kick-ass thing to achieve. Your body will tell you, yeah. So continue this with anything in your life that you can by replacing this. So it could be, God, I really need to declutter my house. I really want to declutter my house. And a powerful thing that you can do when you find your hell yes is follow it up with a why. Like why? And then you'll deepen the meaning of this and again, draw more power back into your life, which I do. I really want to declutter my house. Okay, and let's explore that a little bit. Let's deepen the meaning and expand it for you by putting a meaning on it. Well, why do I want to declutter my house? Well, I know that there's a thing called feng shui where when you declutter, you're actually activating qi energy that activates the flow of love and abundance and prosperity in and out of your home. I really want that, and it also makes me feel calmer. It makes me feel prouder when people come to my house. It makes me feel just cleaner altogether. It just makes me feel more at ease. You probably relate to all of this. So that's a way that you can take that should statement and turn it into one where you're not only claiming a piece of power over a decision you want to make in your life, but you're also doing a check-in if it's something that you really hell yes want, and owning that, not putting any shame on yourself if it's not. Move on and find something that you love, then placing meaning on it and following it up by expanding and deepening your self-awareness. The more that you're exploring your deep desires and what you really want for your life and bringing those up and voicing them, sharing them with yourself, the more you are placing value on yourself in the world, the more you're letting go of all that guilt you used to slather on yourself, and you're validating what you want and what you don't want. And it's okay if you don't want things. You're here with a unique set of desires and dreams that are unique to you, that are placed in you innately by source. If you like this video and it's making you feel more empowered about your life, please hit the like button so I know that you like this kind of content. And if you want to hear more empowering, inspiring content from me, please subscribe to my channel so that you find out when all my latest videos drop. Let's get back to that last point. So once you start practicing this in your own life, you're gonna notice a lightness in your body. You're gonna notice that you're gonna be able to have more ease and more flow. Things aren't gonna feel as hard, and that's what you really desire. And I would also encourage you to pass this tip on to anyone that you love. I have a fun game I play with my clients in my groups, and we'll correct each other, and it's really cool because once you start doing it, in a matter of days, this will become a habit for you. And you'll find yourself starting to say should, and you'll replace it with want regularly in conversation. You can teach your kids how to do this. And what it does is it really empowers you, and it takes you out of that old paradigm that, let's be honest, it's no longer working for you because you want to feel powered up in your life. Now go take this practice, commit it to constant habitual use in a really good way, and wait to see how empowered you feel on a daily basis. Good luck. Now, if you really would like to deepen your sense of self-confidence even more, and you really like exercises like this and want to really practice getting to a higher level of self-actualization and higher self-image, I have a new program coming out, and it is about exactly that. It's called Worthy, and it's all about boosting your self-worth and your self-value so you can bring your innate gifts out into the world and be the badass that you were meant to be. If you'd love to see more about that program, click the link below and find out exactly when it's coming out, and I can't wait to see you there.